Senator Cardin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Director Werfel, thank you for being here, and congratulations on this tax season. You have triaged the IRS in order to deal with the necessary services to taxpayers, and you've done it well. And I appreciate the point that you make, and that is you need to have the ability now to invest for the future in regards to technology and workforce so that you can maintain that type of service level. One of my highest priorities for the IRS is to recognize it needs to be a customer-based organization. You need to be able to answer questions of taxpayers. You need to be able to provide those services. So I thank you for giving us the hope that we can, in fact, do that in a more acceptable way. I want to first acknowledge that our chairman and ranking member have been very sensitive to the concerns of small businesses. I chair the Small Business Committee, and we're going to have some joint efforts between this committee and the Small Business Committee to deal with the challenges that small businesses are confronting in regards to our tax code. As you know, small businesses depend very much on the IRS improving its customer services and improving its technology. So it will help the investments you're talking about making. But small businesses do not have the same type of tax literacy that larger companies have. And they certainly don't have the personnel to deal with complexities in the tax code related to their business if they only have 1 or 2 employees and they're trying to struggle with the challenges of a young, new entrepreneur. So I appreciate the discussion you had with the ranking member and the chairman in regards to direct filing and the study that's being done. I would encourage you to also include small businesses as to the impact it could have on our small business population on trying to simplify the way that they can comply with our tax codes. I just point out that the authority issue is interesting because we haven't given you the authority you need to go after paid providers. And one of the issues, particularly for low-income families, yes, there is free tax service available, but there are also paid providers that they're paying for, and we're not sure they're getting value in all these circumstances. And unfortunately, we don't have the accountability that is necessary here. So I hope that your advice to us will be comprehensive, particularly how we can deal with low-income families and small companies in getting through our tax code more efficiently. And then lastly, we urge you to give us areas that you believe the tax code needs to be modified as it relates to small companies. Because again, small companies are using the individual tax returns to deal with their taxes, and it's not as convenient as the corporate tax system is generally for larger companies, and we need your help in making that a reality. So just give me a brief reply, if you might, as to sensitivity in the work that you're doing right now to help smaller businesses deal with our tax code.
Thank you, Senator Cardin. I want to start out by just acknowledging that the point about the filing season that we've had, all the credit goes to the IRS workforce. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to be here and talk about it and talk about their success, but that's just a remarkable group of employees that care so much and are so dedicated to this mission that we have, this critical mission.
And please extend our appreciation. We recognize that. This is a stressful period for everyone, but particularly the IRS workers that are dedicated, that have stuck with the mission, recognizing the importance of public service. I agree with you.
And I think the ranking member made reference to the plan as being dense, and it is, and I want to lift up what are the 3 main things that we're trying to achieve with the plan. And I think in doing so, I'll get to your question about small businesses. First, we want to build capacity to do better customer service. That's the first thing. The second thing is we want to build capacity to ensure that wealthy and very wealthy pay what they owe. That's individual, large corporation, complex partnerships. And third, we need to modernize the IRS infrastructure so we can better protect data and we can better automate our processes. So in all of the planning, those are the 3 things that I want taxpayers to take away. So if you're a small business, based on what I just read and what I'm committing to, that our focus for you is improved service. It's not improved, it's not some wave of audits, it's improved service. And how do we improve service for small businesses? We have to meet them where they are. We have to help them understand their obligations under the tax law. We have to figure out how to put new solutions online for them to make their journey easier. If they're paper filers, we have to figure out is there a bridge to get them to electronic files? Can we work to process their paper filers more quickly so they can get their refunds and have tax certainty more clearly? So if we can modernize the IRS, then we can also keep pace with how complex the law is and is changing, and we can meet taxpayers where they are more effectively. We just historically haven't been able to do that because of the incremental and aggressive funding cuts that have happened since 2010. But the Inflation Reduction Act provides us an opportunity. And again, if you're a small business, our emphasis, our focus, what I'm going to go to sleep at night thinking about and wake up in the morning thinking about is how do we help small businesses meet their obligation?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.